Hey everyone, Shark here, welcome back to the channel, and let's talk about the new developer discussion that will bring more quality of life changes in Genshin Impact's version 5.6. We'll be getting a preview of the new version on April 25th, along with some free Primo Gems, so make sure to follow the channel so you don't miss out. But in this video, I want to talk about the new improvements and changes that are coming, and if they're enough. So first off, we have a change to the treasure compass that makes it a lot better. In the next version update, the Natlan treasure compass will show some of the warrior challenges, and those are the coin collecting Saurian challenges that often give you a special fragment if you reach the double S rank. You use 3 of those fragments and combine them into a special ring that allows you to access these special tribal treasures that give you several 5-star artifacts from the Obsidian Codex and Cinder City sets. And in version 5.6, the treasure compass will also show you the locations of these special areas. But this won't happen until after a quote-unquote high level of exploration progress, whatever that means. Maybe it's after like 60% of an area has been explored. Hopefully it's not much more than that, but we'll just have to find out more info about that later. Similarly, the treasure compass will now also show the Mora chest in each nation, but again you need a quote-unquote significant level of exploration progress before this function of the treasure compass actually works. Next up, they're making a change to the map system so you can now batch delete map markers based on the region and type of marker. I find this very useful because I mark all the oculi on my map as soon as I find them, and then I use the Genshin interactive map to go back and find the missing oculi that I didn't find. So being able to mass delete all of those map markers and pins at once is really nice for me, but I don't know if it's really that helpful to that many other people. So if it is, just let me know because I think I may be in the minority on this, but I'm not really sure. Next up, they're giving us the option to make character kit descriptions a lot more simplified, and this change will make the talents and constellations a lot more intuitive and easy to understand, which is really good because honestly, Genshin skill descriptions are just overly flowery, and that's nice for lore and characterization, but a lot of people just want to know what a character does without reading a mini novel and getting super confused. Next up, they're changing the Adventurer's Handbook to show you the different artifact domains, weapon ascension domains, and talent domains and make it a lot easier to see which is which. This is a nice change since there's so many domains now, it'll be a lot easier to find exactly what you're looking for. Next, they're also including a section for the envisaged echoes in the Adventurer's Handbook. That way you can see which echoes you can get from the Imaginarium Theater without actually going into the theater itself. Next, they're making it easier to craft materials for a specific character. So if you don't have enough materials and you have to leave the crafting bench in order to get more, when you come back, the crafting bench will save where you left off, so you don't have to go back and find the character and specific materials that you need to craft a second time. I think this will be pretty helpful, but I worry that this might still confuse people, or people just won't use it or won't know how to use it, which will render the improvement pretty pointless if people don't end up taking advantage of it. Next up, collecting materials in the overworld will now provide real-time updates. So as you collect special regional specialties and other things you need to ascend a character, if you have 15 and you need 45, it will show you that you have 15 of them, and as you collect more, that number will increase and you'll get actual live updates to see how close you are for that character's special materials for their ascension. You'll also get a message telling you when you have enough materials for you to craft what you need to ascend a character's level, talents, and so forth. Now, a disadvantage for this is that you have to set a leveling plan for these characters first, which I know not a lot of people do, but this is still a nice feature. Finally, there's several changes coming to the Imaginarium Theater, the first of which is the ability to look at an elemental reaction blessing that you can acquire, and this shows them in a little skill tree so that you can see which of the blessings you have obtained, which one you haven't, and then you can look at all of them down the line. This is a nice change because it can allow you to plan your theater runs a little bit better, but honestly, the Imaginarium Theater is still super random at the end of the day, so it really doesn't help that much. And they're adding additional rewards if you get the Stella or stars in the Imaginarium Theater. 3 stars get you some artifact leveling potions, 6 stars get you a transient resin, which remember must be used within a certain time period before it disappears, and for 9 out of a possible 10 stella or 10 stars, you get an extra elixir. They're also making a change so that you can retry the last floor of theater without doing the whole round of 10 floors all over again. This will be good for getting that last and final star for the extra rewards if you need them. So that's it for the developer discussion, and now it's time for the shark discussion, i.e., how good are these changes? Well, they're not bad, but it really seems that Hoyo is improving the game just around the edges and not giving people what they really want. I know people have been clamoring for artifact loadouts for ages, and there's been no word on that at all. People want changes and improvements to the resin system, and there's been no change or really any development in any significant way on that either in a really long time. People want a skip button for cutscenes, or a dark mode loading screen, or a host of many other changes that seem like they would be really easy to implement, but we haven't heard a word about any of that either. And there's tons of things Hoyo could do to improve the wishing system, especially with the amount of characters we have in the game now, but all of their efforts seemed half-baked and just not enough, i.e. the Chronicle Wish system, which I believe has been a giant failure overall. And while these upcoming improvements are nice, I expect a lot more from Hoyo, especially as the game is at a mature stage in its development cycle. But what do you all think? Are these changes enough? Have you basically given up on getting some of the improvements that you want? Or do you think that I'm missing something in my assessment or that I'm too critical? I'm just pretty curious to know overall, and if you want to come by and chat about it live, I'll be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, so we can chat about it there. And of course, I'll see you April 25th for the live stream preview. So take care, everyone. I love you, stay jawsome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.